Hello, my name is Omar Rampasad. It is February 21st, 2018 at 7:58 p.m. in Toronto. So I'm going to talk a little bit about today's developments and what I experienced at work. So as I said before, there is infiltration in my workplace from the traffickers in this building. So what's going on is they lie, and because they know I'm a target, and because you can lie on a target and get away with it, because that's what a target is. A bunch of lies is being believed by whoever it is that's flagging me, and I'm flagged for all numbers of sexual issues and whatever it is, totally, completely criminalized. There's a criminal report and all sorts of whatever it is that's going on in the background. So in the workplace, what's going on is the workers are constantly talking about the contents of this report around me. And there is the receptionist who happens to be black who's constantly talking about Rick. And Rick has a nice big one for me. She's talking about, sex very, very loudly too. She's talking about getting new equipment and people liking to f and all kinds of nasty conversation topics of conversations like this around me. In the kitchen is the same thing. The people there is constantly talking about this. So I am being harassed as a prostitute. Pretty much, we don't want you here, so we're being driven out of the workplace. So, what would be the cause of that? Well, obviously, there is something going on in the background. And because of all this harassment, of course, your concentration is going to be shut, completely out the window, which is not happening with me because I'm getting a lot of the work done. And in 7 days, I've done, let's see, 5 buildings, and put together complete reports. This is monthly reports that goes out to external parties. I've done bank recs, I've done budgets, put in budgets, I've done budget variance analysis, um, uh, uh, working papers for 5 buildings. Keep in mind that at the same time that I'm doing this, I'm learning the system, I'm learning the buildings, I'm learning the culture of the organization, dealing with the people, and learning about the system in place, the filing system, and so on, all at the same time in 7 days. So obviously, a lot has been thrown at me, and by a large part, most of it is getting done with mistakes here and there. If anybody is signing reports and making comments about the quality of work that I'm doing and is degrading my work, they're lying. They're absolutely, completely lying. If they're saying I'm slow, well, it's 7 days into the job. And the person who's training me has been there 17 years. The people who are there has been on the job for years. So, if comments are being made like you're slow, she's mentally retarded because she forgot this thing, she forgot that. There's a million small things to remember along the way. And, most of it is being remembered, and you're going to make mistakes and you're going to not remember certain things. So, if comments are being made to the effect that I'm slow and I'm mentally retarded, this is not true. As I said before, the workplace for the millionth time has been infiltrated. And I do believe that the person in this building that I have in court is behind it. I also suspect that the person who I have in court is some sort of a monitor who's working with the cops, and is involved in some sort of a community program in which he was monitoring me. So I think that his name is still on the account, whatever that means. And I believe that he has infiltrated my workplace. So really, bottom line is because I'm flagged and this report is in place, I'm being driven out of the workplace. So it's directly related to being flagged and the lies. The person at the reception, the black lady I'm talking about, who's referring to another black man called Rick, who's a pimp. This is this I have gathered from outside the comments outside my window. Um, the comments that the receptionist is saying also is that she's going to help me, and I was abandoned, and I don't have any family anymore. They're all sick and dying, and I'm mentally retarded. I'm a baby, and I need help, and I can't live on my own. And these sort of degrading comments. Again, I'm going to reiterate. I haven't befriended anyone. And this girl, she's rather young. I would have absolutely nothing in common with her. So it's not something, she's not the kind of person I'm looking for as a friend. So, and because I know this is going on, and because I know that reports are being made, and because I know I have this court case that's going on that I'm doing on my own, I don't have a lawyer right now, obviously not mentally ill or retarded. I got the case accepted in the Human Rights Tribunal on my own without the help of a lawyer, so obviously not retarded. Um, these comments that are being made is deliberate, a deliberate attempt to degrade me as a person, degrade my skills, degrade my mental ability. And I heard we need to get you drugged. We need to get you drugged. So we have to get you drugged because it's going global. You're going to be monitored on a global basis for what's on that report. And you will not survive if you're not drugged. So the result of all of this is going on. I went in a mall just now, and a Chinese guy just spat right in front of me. He just hacked and spit, that hacking sound, and spit right in front of me. This is what they do outside my window all the time. And constant comments like, she's a whore, we want her out of here, we don't want her in the area anymore, we have to move her out. The cops have an approval for removal. The cops are monitoring me via helicopter. There's a ticket out for mental evaluation because there's an emergency, and oh my God, her bathroom is not washed, and her feet is swollen, and she doesn't know where to go for help, and she doesn't know how to feed herself, and all this garbage. All untrue, completely untrue. So because of all this situation, it's difficult to work in a company like when all of this is going on. There is no mental retardation, there's no slowness, there is a whole lot of harassment that will affect your concentration. And this is the whole idea. It's a setup and it's a frame. And I believe that the person in this building is behind it. The harassment campaign is going on in the background, and it's extremely harassing. And this is affecting concentration. So it's affecting speed, it's affecting your ability to remember things as quickly as I would normally remember. I pick things up really quickly, and I remember them as well. And there is a lot to be learned. The learning curve in this job is extremely steep because there's a lot of deadlines to be met, and I'm walking into the job right before a deadline. So that's all I have to say. I'm not romantically involved with anyone in the company because I know this is going on. I keep my distance. I try not to engage people in any sort of personal conversations. I did the first couple of days I went there, I was my normal self, trying to get to know people, trying to build relationships, which is what I do when I contract. However, when this harassment started, I realized that I had to be careful about things I do, things I say, because I heard that I grope people. So people stand back when they're talking to me. This is very unnerving and very distressing, and it just makes you feel, you're not like everybody else. You have this report. We know this about you. So that you're this and you're that. So it's not a really nice culture to be in. It's very stressful, and it shows. It shows in my monitor. I'm not romantically involved with anybody. As you can tell, I'm tired. I'm talking, and it sounds like gibberish, but it's not. Um, I am. I'm not romantically. I don't intend to be romantically involved with anybody. I'm not attracted to anybody. I'm not flirting with anybody. I'm not romantically pursuing anybody. So anybody who's saying this is out and out lying. It's probably piggybacking on the report that they have. Talk to you another time.